met Alyssa McEwen, and I'm sorry if I'm murdering your pronunciation of your name out there. That's the young lady that's waving at us there.
Okay, we are at the Board of Supervisors.
She sent a request via
Alyssa McEwen is going to go in and speak
to our staff on Sunday when she called my home. And the request was this. She represents a ton of people out here, and rather than all of those folks also sending letters as well as they could have done, her request was simply to represent them in a single 3-minute presentation that she has requested in advance, and I'm led to understand that that has been turned down, so we might... has the ability to address that.
Yes, I was going to ask County Council, and just so you know, Sheriff McGreeny and I are working on a solution for that, because we don't want to ever deny anyone else the opportunity to speak. We have to be consistent with how we treat people. So, Ruben?
Thank you, Sheriff. Supervisor Ball. According to the governor's executive order in connection with suspending certain provisions of the Brown Act, the governor said that the county board of supervisors authorized to hold public meetings without making them physically available to the public, either telephonically or electronically. And one of the essential requirements is that the public needs to be provided advance notice of how they may participate in the meetings. We have on our website,
yes, I'll do whatever they need.
Methodology for participation in the meetings, which is electronically.
Get that duct tape ready.
Emails,
if they won't let us go in and speak, we're going to take the posters down, duct tape on. They need to see that. It's a good, powerful visual, okay?
So that's the essential requirement, is that there has to be advance notice so that all members of the public are able to participate in the same manner. And so that's why, unfortunately, there was not an opportunity to provide telephonically.
The comment was approved by Sheriff McGreeny.
Certainly, if you look at it and it's consistent with health, change that.
Go against the window, take the
Do this responsibly.
let him finish. We still have
Thank you in advance, and that's why Sheriff McGreeny and I talked yesterday about a remedy for this in the future, and so we're trying to work on that so that we treat everyone equally, because that's what everybody wants, is to be treated equally.
So just to conclude my thoughts on it, we've already set a precedent that this board has invited the Chamber President, Mr. Mangus, to address us.
He's part of a committee.
I'm on the phone. I'm not finished yet.
Well, I know you're not finished, but I'm just saying that.
Thank you. You'll all have your turn. On the phone, and that was a request that was made, and this board could, if it chose, to make that same extension. We have addressed that extension to Mr. Mangus and provided an opportunity. This board could also have responded with that same request because this has been asked of us. So these folks, Supervisor Rickard, although this woman, who is part of the leadership, lives in District 5, they actually, the majority of these folks out here are in your district, and represent from Palisadro is where this group comes from, and I would say probably all of Shasta County, more importantly. But by the time we meet
Why didn't you refer her to contact me directly then?
I referred her as appropriate to...
But why didn't you refer her to contact me directly?
I referred her as appropriate.
I would have been happy to talk to her.
I referred her...
I don't ever not talk to anybody, Mr. Boss, so next time please refer that.
I referred her as appropriate to our CEO and to Mary with the request that they connect with you and forward it directly to you. I'm not saying they have, but we don't meet for 2 more weeks. These folks are here. They have requested that they address us. I think it's appropriate. We respect the legal advice of our counsel, but we all know that we have the ability to say yes.
It has everything to do with you. All right, we're going to move on to the consent calendar. And I
This is not my orchestration. Folks, did I contact any of
emails with your name on them. No! That you're part of this.
No!
I'm sorry, I've seen the emails. This is.
Oh, so she did have notice.
This is ridiculous. We need.
Yes, it is ridiculous.
Yes, we agree! You're ridiculous!
That person use a cell phone and call in for that particular...
Does she have it in writing? Yes. If she could hand that.
No.
That we are denying the constitutional rights of every other citizen in Shasta County.
It's not right! It's not right!
If they won't let you speak,
I'm going to move on to the consent calendar. The following consent calendar items are expected to be routine and non-controversial. They may be acted upon by the board.
Good morning, members of the board. We, the people of Shasta County, are gathered here today in a peaceful assembly to appeal to our Shasta County Board of Supervisors to defend our constitutional rights as reserved to us, the people, by our Bill of Rights. You, Board of Supervisors, are able to secure our liberties by the authority granted to you when you took your oath of office. Your time has come. This is your opportunity to fulfill your duty to represent your constituents, us, and defy the governor's illegal, unenforceable order. You are not the first county to take this step, and you certainly won't be the last, but by God, you ought to repeal these stages and return Shasta County to its full and complete function. Our businesses are on the brink of no return. There is no amount of emergency funding that can save Shasta County.
Now they're leaving. They're getting up and leaving
Like
now.
all of us, you have done the best you can with the information you have. We could go on here defining an epidemic or correlation and causation or state bylaws or what have you. This is an extenuating circumstance. That's not why you are here. You are here because our Declaration of Independent States that we have certain unalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And government exists to secure these rights, and the fact of the matter is, our rights do not and have never included safety, and you were not elected to keep us safe. Again, these rights were not given to us by our government and therefore cannot be retracted, removed, or restrained by our government. And our declaration goes on to say that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it and establish new government. You no longer have our consent to close our businesses or you are not responsible for our health. You are not a scientist. You are not our doctors, but what you are is an elected official sworn to secure our rights, and you have failed us. Now is the time. Now, right now, you can make this right. Our founding documents were written for such a time as this. And you, Joe, you, Leonard, Mary, Steve, Les, you are on this board for such a time as this. In Shasta County, our situation is difficult, but not, as some of you have said, impossible. Our situation is unique, but as other counties have shown, it is not one of a kind, and our situation can be remedied effective immediately. According to the authority granted to us, the people, we affirm that Shasta County is open.
Yes!
Now it is your turn. Take a vote, an emergency vote, and open Shasta County now. Do not delay another hour. Do not delay another day. Do your sworn duty and secure our rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. So Leonard Modi and Mary Rickards walked out. Joe Clementi, Steve Morgan, and Les Baugh listened to what Aaron McEwen had to say. So now looks like they're going to have a conference here. We'll see what goes on.
Hi, David. I absolutely can send it to you. Do you mind giving me just a minute? I want to see if they respond. I don't have it in PDF. Yes, and just so you know, this part wasn't set. So it's just the first page and the second page. I read it word for word.
It says Cards of USA today. I think that's what
We're waiting to see if Rickards and Modi will return to do the remainder of the meeting.
Turn our backs. Turn your backs on us. They can hear you just fine. You got it. I mean, they're acting like they have earmuffs. Turn them back. Bunch of cowards.
Okay, now they're returning. They've got their copies and they're returning.
I know you're probably shaking right now with adrenaline. Well, we need it sometimes. Not all the time.
I hope it's to be so bold to give that speech, but I hope it represented you guys.
Yes,
absolutely. So looks like they're yucking it up in there.
Who's the chairman of the board?
Chairman Mary Rickards. Yeah. District 3. District 3.
You guys, they stopped the live stream.
Oh, they
They stopped the live stream when that speech was given to you.
They didn't stop my live stream.
They walked out. They turned their backs on us. Sally, what else you gonna do?
I got a video. I got live stream. Yeah.
She's not such absolutely not good. And how dare she think that the people aren't furious about the videos on our
Yeah, exactly.
The sheriff called her. So that is a lie.
Good morning. Hi, Mike.
Sorry, I'll be just 1 second.
Now Sheriff McGreeny's here.
Well, we're gonna wait and see if they respond. And if they don't,
We're gonna wait and see if they respond.
How are we doing?
Good.
Good.
Hi, Sheriff McGreeny.
How are you?
Good. Hey, babe, I'll call you back. I just call my sus. That's good.
Was that your speech from yesterday that you read me?
I'm sorry.
Was that your
But
speech
I just want to say that if I have someone from my district and they contact me, I will respond to them.
We just wanted to hear if they were going to respond to us.
And that is unequivocal.
But if they're not going to respond,
I have
no, wait.
worked in District 3 as hard as
We'll save
possible.
up signs and we'll walk away. We don't need. If they're not going to hear us, what's the
all
point of
my
standing here?
constituents.
Right, and we don't
If
want to
they
be
would just
disruptive,
contact me.
but to be told that they won't.
All right, so we have moved on to
was completely out of line. They also stopped the live
regular
stream
calendar.
on the board
Board of Supervisors.
General
My
government,
husband's
our
watching in
one
the office.
administrative office will
And
receive
so-
a legislative report from the county
That's where we're at.
executive
But they
officer to
needed to
consider
hear it, and
action
they've
on
been called to
specific
action.
legislation
And now it's on
related to
the-
the Shasta County's legislative platform.
I'll stick around.
Mr. Pons.
It might be a while, they take a long time, but
Is it okay?
it's up to you.
Okay.
I'll play out.
Okay, so we'll put up signs, and we're gonna go move on with our days. Thank you.
Have a good day.
I
Have a good day,
appreciate you
everybody.
sharing. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna let everybody know that they're not responding. Thank you, and I'll be right back.
I'm going to finish for now. I'll be back.